Hello! Welcome to the Gran Turismo live streams! And today we have... Okay. Yeah, okay, I just want to change the picture on it. Wait a minute, before we get on, I gotta say, I gotta put the pictures before we get race. Yeah, I said okay. Because actually it's before it started actually. This is a pretty much, it's time for... Oh, I gotta turn on the console. I gotta put this on it, and before you gotta think, why you have a picture of Saito and Akane in the picture? Okay, so there's a reason for it. I have a reason why I want to watch it. I want to watch it on the internet, but it doesn't happen on some licensed YouTube channel. Man, it's so sad, man. To me, I want to watch it this time. I'm married to the classmate, which I hate. I'm not sure. Yeah, right. Correct me. Yeah, the title's called "I Married the Girl That I Hate in My Class," which is basically this. I watched it simple way. If you're watching both the different side, one of them is the anime studio side. The one of them you watch on the manga. I said manga. I said manga because it is a manga angel Neko Ota. Well, I watched that one. It's on the dub version, the English version of the comic, the manga, actually. And one thing about this, and I just wanna check first. Okay, I wanna check first. Okay, turn off. Okay, I sent. Okay, first of all, I need to have. While I'm checking on system, actually, I gotta check the activation on this thing. So before we get it going, the game, I decided, you know what? Okay. So we gotta do, as you probably know, the race is actually we gotta do something for that. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you don't know, it's a Super GT week as well. Yeah. Next week is the Motor Fan Festival at Fuji Speedway, and also the Super Formula round 3, the Super Formula Montague round as well, and another one. If you are using Netflix right now, good news, because if you are a fan of WWE, if you're on the Netflix, you can watch via Netflix now. Yeah, because they have a set reminder as well. They have the set reminder for WWE, his best pay-per-view of all time. And I just want to point out why my phone actually screwed the heck up. Yeah, usually I use on the chat. Actually, I'm not gonna check on chat. I always check on chat. What a live stream. Yeah, I pretty much chat mostly weird. Okay, double check it. I gotta double check it first. And my TV, I gotta lower the volume as well before I just hit. Oh, Allah, but that's the good key. So before we get on, I gotta double check it first. Let's talk to Sean. That's pretty good. And the internet on my video is the internet is actually the internet connection is pretty much that's good actually. No, I have no idea. Okay, here we go. Now we on the race. We haven't on the race tonight, but I'm really sure you guys got it thinking. Are you sure you want to compete tonight? Yes, dude. Last time I know on the GTWS, previous GTWS, because the PSN literally when crumbles actually because of the internet because of the server went down actually. So the entry I do is okay, I gotta drive my Lexus, and I set my tires from medium. Set to medium tires because this race is pretty much medium tires, and it's ready to go. So most cars, I said most cars, most track they have most circuit on the race mostly have they provided tires they use actually. And mostly they have a provided tires for any track. For example, Suzuka they have a sound of the good. I said what's the word I need? Yeah, I'm not very good in technician, right? So the tires, I believe the tires need some, and some have a recommended compound tires. Mostly circuit like Suzuka or Fuji or Interlagos as well, and also Malaysia's own circuit was Sepang International Circuit, and that's pretty much the AI car. And so we gotta check here because the weather condition I need to concern is the weather. So I have the weather condition. The biggest concern is the weather. The biggest concern I literally is I'm pretty much 100% not sure. I said not sure. So what I always last minute practice person. Yeah, normal one. Sometimes I practice alone without doing nothing actually. Then mostly I race on the normal race, like not completely not usual to do that because I always do it on offline practice, which is I race on the normal progression. I believe in the team. I gotta say. So, as you probably know, yeah, I drink some water. So, as you probably know, every track I need to have a certain tires. Most of the tires, mostly recommended. Well, for example, like Spa-Francorchamps, I believe people say they use a medium. And also, some of it you need to be careful was the weather. You need another good thing about the weather radar. Actually, they also provided. Good thing about weather radar was they show you the weather of the circuit as well, of mostly on the track like Suzuka or Fuji, and then mostly racetrack, mostly motor race actually they have these radars. Need to consider they are mostly checking on for example like rain. You can mostly rain, not heavy rain. Mostly people use intermediate. So this car is okay. I pretty much do the most big heavy engine. But I don't get me wrong. I love the mid engine layout as well, and also the rear engine. The rear engine like Porsche 911, the Porsche 911 as well, and also the most mid-engine rear drive cars have a more potential. The front engine mostly front engine layout with the rear drive mostly cars like Lexus, Nissan, and Nissan actually the GT3 race car mostly is a GTR GT3. I know Nissan GTR Malaysia does, but the new CEO of Nissan actually they said GTR also GTR will came back. Yeah, I know. It's because I follow both game news actually or cars related as well. Mostly I check on internet. So Rouge, mostly the people know the concern about the Rouge corner is the most you need to have 100% in focus. Mostly some people crash on the Rouge corner as well. If I say correct, if I say correct the Rouge corner of Spa people break a shot, let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat. So I need to. Most people don't know because. Okay. I just want to point out. This week also, what we got? Super GT opening round. Okay, yeah, got it. Opening round of the GT World Challenge. We got. Okay, we got today because it's a month as well. And the Formula 1 Bahrain also this week. And also another one is what? Super Formula was next week, right? So this week is pretty much packed of motorsport as well. Next week, a little bit have motorsport as well, but mostly have a demo run. For example, Super Formula next week is the round on the Motegi round as well. And also, I just want to point out something. I just realized Super Drift. Okay, this week also Super Drift as well. Super Drift this week, Formula 1 this week, Super Formula was next week, Super GT opening round this week as well, and also then it has a lot of races as well, GT World Series as well. And you might thinking, are you sure this? Some people are thinking, wait, Kimura, the car guy, the car guy actually, team car guy actually, Kimura, uploads on the Instagram. And you should, he's on the Okayama. Yes, he on the Okayama right now because he's teamed, team car guy racing, which is the team manager. He managed the race capacity. The team, he was one of the team of car guy racing. Team director actually. This is way. That team, car guy racing, debuted with the Ferrari 296 GT3, and 296 GT3 people wanted the new Ferrari in Gran Turismo 7. That was my wish list. Ferrari in the new Ferrari in Gran Turismo 7, which is the 296 with V6 engine as well. BMW M4 GT3. People wanted BMW M4 GT3, the first one, and then the Evo version, and also I want to see the newest car as well. Oh yeah, Ford Mustang GT3. I know the Group 3 Mustang already in the game, but the latest Mustang S650 Mustang, people wanted. And it called it Mustang GTD. Oh yeah, I'm pretty much the one really really funny. Not funny actually. To be honest. This Arush corner you need to focus a lot. Some people may think I've come to consider about this corner a lot. Yeah, because like some people will drive over it. I mean, over the over the track, over the limit. All right, let's get on. Anyway, I will maybe I will see. I say see you guys. I will on the mic turn on the mic later. Well, I couldn't finish the race. Okay, we got 12. That was the one thing is I want to say why the race made under 2 minutes to the time remaining. お疲れ様。お疲れ。疲れてる。もう限界だ。Yeah, we all of us are complete. I'm completely. I said, man, that Ferrari just bugged off actually. Oh man. This I'm not sure why. This I have no idea what's going on. Man, I sped out literally a couple of laps ago. Oh man. But I gotta say, 疲れてるよ。本当に疲れてる。本当に疲れてる。Wait, I saved it, right? I saved the replay, right? I think it's saved though, but that should save. 本当に疲れてる。And next one is the Sardinia road track A reverse one. So I gotta say this one we need to. Yeah. So what? Oh yeah. So what's the name? Oh, 疲れた。本当に疲れてる。Dude, I couldn't cross the line because the 1 minute 30 seconds this time remained because everybody couldn't finish the race. Everybody couldn't finish at all. Literally. Really does. Man, I almost finished the race. Not okay, but I'm glad it doesn't. We got the replay. Oh man. 本当に俺はさ、これがなんとかするよ。このレース終わった。本当にレース終わったら気がするんですけど、今までのいいなと思います。Man, the car is really good one. But unfortunately, I couldn't finish the race. But glad 12th place. So what we got here? Oh man, why can't camshaft? What camshaft for? Oh, the Beyonce. Oh man, we can get some supercharged Beyonce. Yeah, I think we can supercharge Beyonce as well. So, thank you so much for watching the live stream tonight. 本当に疲れてるでよ。これ俺はさ、本当に俺のこのレース終わったら全部終わったら。So there's 2 more rounds away. So Sardinia and also Suzuka. I think if I'm wrong. Wait, I always double check I always double check at the schedule. So the schedule, most people know the schedule is of a race on the World Series World Series Manufacturer Cup qualifier is pretty much a thing as well. So next one is Sardinia and then Suzuka. Yeah, Sardinia road track A reverse, and then the final round is the Suzuka circuit. Is the 4th on the 16th of April is round 5. This one here. The Suzuka, which is the next week. Yeah, Suzuka. Oh yeah, because next week not just Motor Fan Festival, and also WrestleMania week as well. I'm not sure which one I'm not sure who's gonna win the WrestleMania. I'm not sure who's gonna win on the night 2 main event. It's between Cody Rhodes, current champ, against the number 1 contender of WWE, undisputed WWE champion, and John Cena. Man, people want to see John Cena. If John Cena break the record, Ric Flair's record, on 17 If John Cena won the WWE undisputed WWE champion, he literally he beat Ric Flair's record. So Ric Flair's record is the 60th time, which is it's between tight between the Cena right now he got 60th, his 60th world championship won, and then and also Ric Flair is 60th in championship won. So it's between the clash of this. But okay, clash of the 60th world title win was Flair and also Cena as well. Man, I really talk about wrestling a lot because I pretty much follow mostly WWE wrestling. So like Cody and also Cena as well. Yeah, and also Roman Reigns. The first main event night was first main event night was that one. You know what I mean. In main event, first night of main event was which is CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. That's it. So thank you so much for watching the live stream tonight. If you want to see more any of the live stream tonight, so if you want to see that, if you want to watch that, you can check out the previous live stream on my channel as well. Oh yeah, turn on the notification on because we have a lot. This also a lot of race and also a lot of anything as well. Be sure to smash a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, follow me Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also HoYoLab. Link in the description box below. See you guys in the next stream, which is a Genshin stream, which is I reset it to the daytime as well, tomorrow day as well. See you in the next stream and also next video as well if you want to see the next one. Assalamualaikum and